You open the laptop. The document is there. The cursor is blinking. You read the first sentence 3 times. You adjust the spacing. You check something unrelated. You tell yourself, just start. But your body stays still. Your mind keeps moving. 10 minutes pass, then 20. Nothing has begun, and somehow you already feel tired. It's a strange kind of paralysis. You're not confused. You know what needs to be done. You've probably done it before. But in this moment, there's an invisible wall between intention and action. You negotiate with yourself. After this scroll, in 5 minutes, the guilt shows up before the work does. From the outside, it looks like procrastination. From the inside, it feels like being frozen while fully aware that you're frozen. This is the part most people don't see. You don't lack intelligence. You don't lack ambition. In fact, you probably think about your goals more than most people. The issue isn't knowledge, it's starting. The gap between knowing and moving feels enormous, and the more important the task is, the heavier that gap becomes. What's happening here isn't laziness, it's friction. Not the kind you see, the kind you feel. You can picture the finished result, you can outline the steps in your head, but when it's time to take the first one, something tightens. It's like your body hasn't agreed to what your mind has already decided. That contradiction creates shame. You ask yourself, why can I handle complex problems under pressure, but I can't answer a simple email? Or why can I help other people organize their work, but I can't begin my own? The inconsistency feels personal. It feels like a flaw. It isn't. Sometimes your thinking mind is ready, but the part of you that initiates action isn't. When those two fall out of sync, you get that stuck feeling, like mental traffic that won't clear. Here's the reframe that matters. Starting isn't usually a motivation problem. It's a nervous system problem. When a task carries pressure, fear of getting it wrong, fear of being judged, perfectionism, exhaustion, your body reacts before you consciously realize it. It doesn't panic, it braces. And when you brace, you don't move cleanly, you hesitate. Suddenly, scrolling feels easier, tidying feels easier, researching feels easier. Anything near the task feels manageable. The task itself feels charged. That charge is the friction, and the more you try to push through it with force, the more your body resists. Not because you're weak, because pressure increases the tension. This is why try harder rarely works in these moments. You're pressing down on something that's already tight. Over time, this pattern can make you distrust yourself. You start thinking, I can't rely on me. That thought adds weight to the next task. Now you're not just starting something, you're trying to prove something. The pressure doubles. But the stuck moment isn't proof that you're incapable. It's a sign that the first step feels too big. For some people, especially after long periods of stress or burnout, even ordinary tasks begin to feel expensive. Your system has learned that effort equals depletion, so it waits, it holds back, it searches for a feeling of readiness that never quite arrives. You sit there waiting to feel ready. Readiness usually comes after movement, not before it. But if the first step feels like committing to the entire project, your system hesitates. Writing one sentence feels like promising perfection. Opening the file feels like agreeing to finish everything, so you don't begin. The key shift isn't about discipline, it's about making the first move feel lighter. Notice the difference between I need to finish this and I'm just going to look at it. One is heavy, one is neutral. When you're stuck, your body is bracing for strain. If the first action feels demanding, it won't initiate. But if it feels almost insignificant, resistance drops. This isn't about elaborate systems or breaking tasks into endless pieces. It's about permission. Permission to start without committing to the outcome. Instead of, I need to write this perfectly, it becomes, I'll just sit with the page. Not perform, not complete, just sit. When your system realizes it isn't being pushed into a marathon, it softens. And often, not always, but often, once the tension lowers slightly, movement follows naturally. Sometimes even a few minutes of gentler contact with the task changes the atmosphere.
not because of the timer, because the task stops feeling threatening. But even that can turn into pressure if you treat it like a rule. So the deeper shift is internal. Stop trying to coerce yourself. Coercion tightens, curiosity loosens. Instead of asking, "Why am I like this?" ask, "What is making this feel heavy?" Is it uncertainty? Is it fear of doing it badly? Is it simple exhaustion? Naming the weight makes it smaller. Vague dread feels huge, specific discomfort feels workable. Often, the freeze isn't about the task itself, it's about what the task represents. If this doesn't go well, what does that mean about me? If I try and it's average, what then? As long as you don't start, the outcome stays unknown. Starting makes it real. Staying still preserves possibility. Moving risks reality. That tension can quietly hold you in place. And if you've spent years hearing "you have so much potential" or "you just need to apply yourself," those messages echo when you sit down to begin. You're not just facing the task, you're facing expectation, past and present. No wonder your body tightens. This is why removing shame isn't softness, it's practical. Shame makes the first step heavier. Understanding makes it lighter. You've probably accomplished more than you admit. You've met deadlines, you handled complexity, you've solved real problems. The idea that you're lazy doesn't match the evidence. The freeze is situational. When you see it that way, something shifts. The next time you're staring at the blinking cursor, instead of spiraling, you might think, "This feels heavy right now." That's information, not a verdict. From there, the move doesn't need to be impressive. It just needs to be small. Look at the file, move one word, or even just stay present with the discomfort without attacking yourself. Sometimes that's enough to tip things forward. And if it isn't, that doesn't mean you failed. It means today the friction is higher. That happens. Over time, when you stop interpreting hesitation as a flaw, the intensity of the freeze often lessens, not because you forced it to, but because you removed the extra layer of judgment that was amplifying it. You don't need a complete productivity overhaul. You need one clear understanding. Starting isn't about willpower, it's about weight. So the next time you're stuck, screen open, mind racing, body still, don't ask, "What's wrong with me?" Ask, "How can this first move feel lighter?" Not better, not perfect, just lighter. Because action doesn't always begin with intensity. Sometimes it begins with permission. And permission is quiet, but it moves.